I step off the bus with my duffel bag hanging from my shoulder, my boots hitting the ground harder than I expect. The world feels too quiet. No gunfire, no shouting, just wind and distant traffic. My hands are still shaking, and I clench them into fists. I'm home, I whisper to myself, but the words feel strange in my mouth. I walk down the street slowly, staring at houses that look untouched by war, untouched by everything that broke me. My heart starts racing when I see my house at the end of the road. That's it. That's mine, I mutter. I imagine Emma opening the door and running to me. I imagine Noah yelling, "Dad," and jumping in my arms. I hold on to that picture as I step closer. I knock. My knuckles feel numb against the wood. There's a pause. Footsteps. Then the door opens. Emma stands there. For a second, I can't breathe. She looks the same, but not the same. Her hair is longer. Her eyes colder. "Emma," I say, my voice breaking. "I'm back." She doesn't move. She just stares at me like I'm a ghost. She swallows. "I thought you were dead." "I wasn't," I reply quickly. "I try to come back. I fought every day to come back to you." She grips the door tighter. "We got a letter. They said you were gone." "I know," I say, "but I made it. I'm here now." Silence stretches between us. "Can I come in?" I ask. She hesitates, then steps aside. "Yeah, come in." I walk inside slowly. The smell is different. The air feels unfamiliar. "This looks nice," I say, trying to smile. "It's been a while," she replies. I look around. The furniture is new. The walls are painted a different color. Pictures I don't recognize hang everywhere. "Where's Noah?" I ask. "He's upstairs," she says. "Noah, come down here." I hear footsteps. Small, hesitant. Then I see him. My chest tightens. "Noah," I whisper. He stops halfway down the stairs, staring at me. "Hey, buddy," I say softly. "It's me." He grips the railing. "Mom, who is that?" My heart drops. "It's Dad," Emma says quietly. "No," he says, shaking his head. Dad is gone." I step forward. "Noah, it's really me. I came back." He hides behind Emma, clutching her arm. "I don't know him," he whispers. I freeze. "I'm your father," I say, my voice cracking. "I used to read you stories every night. You liked the one about the dragon, remember?" He doesn't answer. Emma kneels beside him. "It's okay," she says. "Just give it time." I swallow hard. "It's time." I look away, trying to breathe. Then my eyes land on a photo on the wall. Emma is smiling. Noah is in her arms. And next to them, a man I've never seen before. My chest tightens. "Who's that?" I ask, pointing. Emma stiffens. "That's someone who helped us," she says. "Helped you?" I repeat. "Ow." She doesn't answer. I walk closer, staring at the photo. "He looks comfortable," I say quietly. "Like he belongs here." Emma stands up. "Don't start." "I just got back," I reply. "I'm trying to understand." "There's nothing to understand," she snaps. "You were gone. I didn't choose to be gone." I raise my voice. "I was fighting to survive. And I was trying to survive here," she fires back. "Alone." The room falls silent. Noah looks between us, confused. "Mom," he says softly. Emma takes a breath. "Go upstairs, Noah." "But now." He hesitates, then runs back up. I rub my face. "This isn't how I imagined it." She laughs bitterly. "You imagined something?" "Yes," I say. "I imagined coming home to my family." She crosses her arms. "We are your family." "Then why does it feel like I'm visiting strangers?" I ask. She looks away. I sit down on the couch. It feels unfamiliar beneath me. "I thought you'd be happy," I say quietly. "I am confused," she replies. "Confused," I repeat. "I'm alive, Emma." "You were gone for years," she says. "Do you know what that does to someone?" "I know what war does," I reply. "I lived it." "And I lived here," she says. "Every day thinking you weren't coming back." I lean forward. "But I did come back." She shakes her head slightly. "Things changed." "I can see that," I say, glancing around again. She sits across from me, keeping her distance. "We build a life," she says softly. "A life without me," I reply. She doesn't deny it. I close my eyes for a moment. "I don't know where I fit," I admit. She looks at me, her expression unreadable. "I don't know either," she says. I let out a shaky breath. So what now? I don't know, she repeats. I nod slowly. That man, I say after a pause. Is he still around? She hesitates. Yes. The word hits me like a punch. Does no one know him? I ask. He's been around, she says carefully. I laugh quietly, but there's no humor in it. Of course he has. It's not what you think, she says. Then tell me what it is, I reply. She opens her mouth, then closes it. I'm tired, she says instead. You should rest. I stare at her. That's it. We'll talk tomorrow, she says. I nod slowly. Tomorrow. She stands up. You can take the guest room. I blink. Guest room. It's ready, she says. I let out a breath. Right, guest. I pick up my bag and walk down the hallway. Every step feels heavier than the last. I open the door. The room is clean. Empty. Temporary. I drop my bag on the floor. This isn't my home. I whisper. Later that night, I hear her voice from the hallway. We need to be honest, she says quietly. I step out. She looks at me, her eyes distant. We learned to live without you, she says. The words settle deep inside me. I nod slowly. I see that, I reply. And in that moment, I realize something I don't want to accept. I didn't come home. I came back to a life that moved on without me. I don't sleep that night. I just lie there, staring at the ceiling, replaying every word, every look, every silence. This isn't right. I whisper to myself. Something's wrong. By morning, I'm already dressed. I step into the kitchen and grab my phone. I need answers, I say under my breath. I scroll through old contacts until I find a name I haven't called in years. Marcus. I press call. He answers on the third ring. Hello. Marcus, I say. There's a pause. No way. It's me. I heard you were, he stops. Where are you? Back home. Stay there. I'm coming. An hour later, I hear a knock. I open the door. Marcus stands there, staring at me like I came back from the dead. You look like hell, he says. I let out a small laugh. You should see the inside. He pulls me into a quick hug. I can't believe it. Neither can I reply. We sit down in the living room. You said you were dead, he says. I wasn't, I reply. I was deployed, cut off, but alive. He frowns. That's not what the report said. What report? I ask. He leans forward. Official records. Missing, presumed dead. That's what your family got. I know, I say. But why? He hesitates. Marcus, I push. Tell me. He rubs his neck. Some files were changed. My chest tightens. Changed? Yeah, he says. Your status wasn't clear at first. There were updates. But then it got locked. Locked by who? He shakes his head. I don't know. It's above my level. I stand up. Someone marked me dead while I was alive. Looks like it, he replies. I start pacing. Why would anyone do that? Marcus watches me carefully. Do you have enemies? I was a soldier, I say. Of course I do. But this is personal. What do you mean? He asks. I came home, I say. And there's another man living my life. Marcus frowns. What? Emma, I say. She moved on. There's a guy, Daniel. He's everywhere. Marcus leans back. That's fast. It's more than fast, I reply. It's like he was waiting. Silence fills the room. You think he had something to do with it? Marcus asks. I don't know, I admit. But nothing makes sense. Marcus sighs. I can dig deeper. Quietly. Do it, I say. I need the truth. I'll call you, he replies. I nod. Thanks. He stands up. Be careful. I've been careful my whole life, I say. Look where it got me. After he leaves, I sit there, staring at nothing. Change files, I whisper. Someone wanted me gone. That evening, Emma walks in. You were out, she says. I had things to do, I reply. She sets her bag down. Like what? Finding out why my family thought I was dead, I say. She freezes. What? The records were changed. I continue. Someone made sure you believed I wasn't coming back. She looks shaken. I didn't know that. Didn't you? I ask. Of course not, she says. Why would I lie about that? I don't know, I reply. You've lied about a lot already. I didn't lie, she snaps. I survived. At what cost? I ask. She looks at me, her eyes filling with frustration. You were gone for years, she shouts. No calls, no letters, nothing. I tried. I fire back. You think I wanted to disappear? I buried you, she says, her voice breaking. Do you understand that? I buried you in my mind. I go quiet. I had to move on, she continues. I had to protect Noah. With him. I ask. With Daniel. She looks away. Answer me, I say. She takes a deep breath. I didn't do this alone, she admits. Those words hit me hard. What does that mean? I ask slowly. It means I had help, she says. From him. I push. She doesn't answer. Emma, I say, my voice low. How long has he been around? She hesitates. A while. A while. I repeat. Before I was declared dead? She stays silent. My heart starts pounding. Tell me the truth, I demand. He was there, she says quietly. When things got bad. When things got bad? I echo. Or before that. She shakes her head. I don't remember exactly. You don't remember? I say. Or you don't want to say? I'm tired of this, she snaps. I'm not. I reply. Not until I understand. She crosses her arms. What are you implying? I'm saying this doesn't feel like coincidence, I say. It feels planned. That's insane, she says. Is it? I ask. Because someone changed my status. Someone made sure you thought I was dead. That wasn't me, she says. I know. I reply. But someone benefited from it. She goes quiet. And that someone is living in my house. I finish. She looks at me, her expression unreadable. You're wrong, she says softly. Then prove it, I reply. I don't have to prove anything, she says. You do if you wanted to stay. I say. Silence. I didn't cheat on you, she says suddenly. I stare at her. That's not what I ask. But it matters, she says. Does it? I reply. Because it feels like I was replaced before I even had a chance to come back. That's not fair, she says. Neither is this, I reply. She looks down. I was alone, she whispers. I was scared. And he was there, I say. She nods slowly. I let out a long breath. When did he show up? I ask. She hesitates again. Emma, I warn. After you were declared missing, she says. He reached out. Said he knew people. Said he could help. Help with what? I ask. With paperwork. Benefits. Things I didn't understand, she replies. I feel something shift inside me. He had access, I say. I didn't think about it like that, she says. But I am, I reply. She looks at me, worried. You think he? She starts. I think he didn't just help, I say. I think he made sure I stayed gone. That's a serious accusation, she says. So is being erased, I reply. Silence fills the room again. I trusted him, she whispers. I nod slowly. That might be the problem, I say. I turn away, my mind racing. Because now it's clear. Daniel didn't just step into my life. He was already inside it, waiting, and maybe pulling the strings all along. I don't wait for another day. I don't wait for proof to land neatly in my hands. I already feel it in my bones. This ends now. I hear the front door open in the afternoon. Calm footsteps. Controlled. Familiar. Daniel. I walk into the living room before he can settle in. We need to talk, I say. He looks at me, unfazed. I figure we would. Emma is in the kitchen. I can feel her watching, but she doesn't step in. Not here, I say. Outside. He nods once. All right. We step into the yard. The air is still. I turn to face him. You knew I was alive. He doesn't even blink. I had a feeling you'd ask that, he says. That's not an answer, I reply. He exhales slowly. I knew there was a chance. A chance. I repeat. Or the truth. He studies me. Does it matter now? My fists clench. It matters to me. He nods slightly. Then yes. I knew you weren't confirmed dead. The words hit hard, but I don't look away. And you let them believe it anyway. I say. I didn't force anyone to believe anything, he replies calmly. You stepped in, I say. You filled the space. Someone had to, he says. I was coming back. I snap. You were gone, he counters. For years. I was alive, I growl. And they were drowning, he says. Emotionally, financially, mentally. I step closer. So you decided to become me? I decided to give them stability, he replies. Something you couldn't. That line burns. You don't get to say that, I say. I already did, he answers. I laugh, but there's no humor in it. You think cooking dinner and fixing things makes you their savior? No, he says. Being there does. I was there, I fire back. Just not physically. That's the point, he says. They needed someone physically there. I stare at him. You manipulated records. He tilts his head slightly. Careful with accusations. Did you or didn't you? I demand. He pauses, then shrugs lightly. I made sure the situation stayed stable. My chest tightens. You erased me. I protected what was already breaking, he replies. You took my life, I say. I built something new, he corrects. I shake my head. You build it on a lie. And they survive because of it, he says. I step even closer. You think that justifies it? I think results matter, he says. Not to me, I reply. Silence stretches between us. Then I say it. My son trusts you. He doesn't react. My wife depends on you, I add. He nods once. They needed someone. They needed me. I say. They needed someone who was actually there, he repeats. I feel the anger rising again, but I hold it down. You don't feel guilty? I ask. He looks at me, calm as ever. No. That answer hits deeper than anything else. Not even a little. I push. No, he says, because I didn't abandon them. I didn't abandon them. I shout. You disappeared, he replies. I fought to survive, I say. And I helped them live, he counters. We stand there, breathing hard. You could have told them, I say, at any point. And take away their stability, he asks. Put them back into uncertainty? You mean given the truth, I say. Truth doesn't always help, he replies. I shake my head slowly. You don't get to decide that. I already did, he says. I look at him for a long moment. You're not a good man, I say. He doesn't flinch. I'm a necessary one. I let out a bitter breath. You really believe that? I know it, he replies. I step back. Then hear this, I say. I'm not going anywhere. He nods. I didn't expect you to. I'm taking my life back. I continue. He studies me. You can try. I will, I say. He picks up his bag. Good luck. He walks past me, back into the house like nothing happened. I stand there, staring at the ground. He doesn't even see it as wrong. I whisper. That night, I sit alone in the guest room. The house is quiet. I hear faint laughter from the living room. Emma. Noah. Him. I close my eyes. This used to be my place, I say softly. I lean back against the wall. I didn't lose them because I was gone. I whisper. I lost them because someone else stepped in. I run my hands over my face. And he made sure I stayed gone. The truth settles deep inside me. I can walk away. Leave them. Start over somewhere else. No more pain. No more fighting. Or I can stay. Fight for what's mine. Not with anger. Not with violence. But by proving I belong. I stare at the ceiling. What do? I ask myself. No answer comes. Just silence. But deep down I feel it. I didn't survive war just to lose my life here. I sit up slowly. I'm not done, I say. And for the first time since I came back, I'm not just reacting. I'm choosing. I wake up before sunrise again, but this time I don't stay in bed. I'm done waiting, I tell myself. I walk into the kitchen and see Emma already there. You're up early, she says. I've always been, I reply. I just stopped acting like it. She watches me pour coffee. What are you planning? I'm getting my life back, I say. How, she asks. Step by step, I answer. She nods slowly. That sounds different. It is, I say. I'm not here to argue anymore. Later that morning, I leave the house. Where are you going? She asks. To find work? I reply. She looks surprised. You don't have to rush. I'm not rushing, I say. I'm rebuilding. I walk out before she can respond. By noon, I'm sitting across from a man at a small repair shop. You've got experience? He asks. I can fix almost anything, I reply. He studies me. You look like you've seen things. I have, I say. He nods. All right, start tomorrow. Thank you, I reply. When I get home, Noah is sitting on the couch. Hey, I say. He looks up. Hi, I got a job, I tell him. That's good, he says. I thought maybe we could work on something together sometime, I add. Like what? He asks. Anything, I say. Fixing stuff. Building something. He shrugs. Maybe. I nod. Maybe is a start. That evening, Daniel walks in. You were out, he says to Emma. He got a job, she replies. Daniel looks at me. That's fast. I don't like sitting still, I say. He smiles slightly. Good for you. I ignore the tone. Dinner is quieter than usual. Afterward, Noah sits at the table with his homework. I walk over. Need help? He hesitates. It's math. I can try. I say. He looks unsure. Okay. We sit together. Show me. I say. He points at the page. I don't get this part. All right. I say. Let's figure it out. I explain slowly, keeping my voice calm. Oh, he says after a moment. That makes sense. See? I smile. You got it. He looks at me differently this time. Thanks, he says. Anytime, I reply. From across the room, I feel Daniel watching. I don't look at him. That night, as I'm heading to my room, Noah stops me. Hey, he says. Yeah. I reply. Why didn't you come back sooner? The question hits me hard. I pause. I tried. I say. But you didn't, he replies. I couldn't, I say quietly. Dan says if you really care, you find a way, he says. I feel something twist inside me. Sometimes it's not that simple, I reply. He looks down. Okay. I kneel slightly. I never stop trying to come back to you. He nods, but I can tell he doesn't fully understand. I'm here now, I say. He hesitates, then hugs me quickly before pulling away. Good night, he says. Good night, I reply, my chest tight. Later, I sit alone, replaying that moment. I don't have a better answer. I whisper. The next few days, I focus on work. Fix, build, repair. It feels good. It feels real. One evening, I walk in and hear raised voices. You're overreacting, Emma says. I'm not, Daniel replies. He's changing things. He's just trying to be part of this family, she says. He's already taken too much space, Daniel says. I step into the room. Talking about me? They both go quiet. Emma looks at me. I heard enough, I say. Daniel crosses his arms. You're making things complicated. I'm living here, I reply. That's not complicated. It is when it disrupts stability, he says. Stability built on lies? I ask. Emma steps in. Stop. I look at her. You see it now, don't you? She hesitates. He's not the same, she says quietly. Daniel frowns. What's that supposed to mean? It means you're different, she replies. I'm protecting what we built, he says. By controlling everything, she asks. I'm keeping it together, he insists. I watch them silent. Emma looks at me. I think I made a mistake, she whispers. The words hang in the air. I don't move. I don't comfort her. Daniel looks shocked. Excuse me. She shakes her head. I don't know anymore. I finally speak. That's something you have to figure out, I say. She looks at me, surprised. You're not going to say anything else? No, I reply. Why, she asks. Because I'm done chasing, I say. Daniel scoffs. Convenient. I ignore him. Emma steps closer. What does that mean? It means I'm focusing on me, I say. And us, she asks. I meet her eyes. I don't know if there's an us anymore, I reply. She looks hurt, but I don't take it back. For the first time, I feel steady. Not angry. Not desperate. Just clear. I turn and walk toward my room. Where are you going? She asks. To rest, I say. About work tomorrow. I close the door behind me. And for the first time since I came back, I'm not trying to win anyone back. I'm choosing myself. I'm halfway through fixing a broken cabinet at work when my phone starts vibrating nonstop. I wipe my hands and answer. Marcus, you need to come home, he says. What happened? I ask. I found it, he replies. Everything. My grip tightens. Send it. I already did, he says. But you should be there when it comes out. I'm on my way, I say. I don't even change. I just leave. When I walk into the house, the air feels different. Heavy. Waiting. Emma stands in the living room, my phone in her hand. Is this real? She asks. I nod. Marcus confirmed it. Her voice shakes. He changed the records? Yes, I say. She looks at the screen again. He marked you as dead. Footsteps behind me. Daniel walks in. What's going on? He asks. Emma turns to him slowly. You lied to me? She screams. He freezes. What? You knew he was alive, she shouts, holding up the phone. His eyes flick to me, then back to her. It's not that simple, he says. Then explain it, she yells. He steps forward. Emma, calm down. Don't tell me to calm down, she snaps. Did you do this? Silence. Answer me, she demands. He exhales. I handled things. You handled things? She repeats. You erased my husband. I protected you, he says. By lying, she fires back. I did it for us, he yells. The room goes still. Emma stares at him like she doesn't recognize him. For us, she whispers. You decided that for me. You were falling apart, he says. You needed stability. So you made me believe he was dead, she says. It was the only way, he replies. No, she shakes her head. It wasn't your choice. It became my responsibility, he says. You don't get to decide my life, she screams. Noah walks in, his eyes wide. Mom, he says. Emma turns to him. Go upstairs. No, he says. What's happening? Daniel steps forward. It's nothing. No, I say. He deserves the truth. Daniel glares at me. Stay out of this. I've been out of it long enough, I reply. Emma looks at Noah, her voice breaking. He lied to us, she says. Noah frowns. About what? About your dad, she says, pointing at me. Noah looks at Daniel. Is that true? Daniel hesitates. Say something, Noah demands. Daniel finally speaks. I did what was necessary. Noah steps back. You said he was gone. I believe that was best, Daniel says. For who? Noah asks. For all of us, he replies. No, Noah shakes his head. You lied. I cared about you, Daniel says. Then why would you do that? Noah asks. Daniel runs a hand through his hair. Because I didn't want to lose this family. You stole it, I say quietly. He looks at me, anger flashing. I built it, he snaps. On a lie. I reply. Emma steps back, tears falling. I trusted you, she says. I gave you everything, he says. You gave me a lie, she screams. I gave you stability, he argues. You gave me a fake life, she fires back. Noah looks between them, shaken. You're not who I thought you were, he says to Daniel. Daniel's expression cracks. I did this for you, he says softly. No, Noah replies. You did it for yourself. Silence fills the room. Emma wipes her tears. Leave, she says. Daniel blinks. What? Get out, she repeats. Emma. Now, she says. He looks at me, then back at her. You're making a mistake, he says. She shakes her head. I already did. Noah steps closer to her. Please go, he says quietly. Daniel's shoulders drop. This isn't over, he says. It is, I reply. He grabs his keys. I hope you're happy, he says to me. I don't answer. He walks to the door, then pauses. You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me, he says. I meet his eyes. That's exactly why I am. He leaves. The door closes. Silence. Emma sinks into the couch. I didn't know, she whispers. I believe you, I say. She looks at me, tears in her eyes. I let him in. You didn't know what he was, I reply. Noah sits beside her. He lied to us, he says. She pulls him close. I'm sorry. I stand there, watching. No anger. No shouting. Just quiet. It's over, I say. Emma nods slowly. I don't even know what's real anymore, she says. I take a breath. Start with the truth. She looks at me. And you? I'm still here, I reply. Noah looks at me. You didn't leave, he says. No, I say. I didn't. He nods slowly. I glance at the door. He lost everything in one night, I say quietly. Emma closes her eyes. I should have seen it, she whispers. Maybe, I say, but you see it now. She nods. I step back. Because this isn't about me anymore. This is about consequences. And I don't need to do anything. Because karma already did. The house feels quieter after he's gone. Not peaceful, just empty in a different way. I stand near the doorway, looking at Emma and Noah sitting together. Emma looks up at me, her eyes red. We can fix this, she says. I don't answer right away. She stands and walks toward me. Please, she adds. We can start over. I shake my head slowly. Start over from what? From now, she says. From the truth. I look at her, really look at her. I already lost this life once, I say softly. I won't beg for it again. Her face breaks. I'm not asking you to beg. It feels like it, I reply. No, she says quickly. I'm asking you to stay. I take a breath. Why? Because you're my husband, she says. The word doesn't land the way it used to. I say. You still are, she insists. I shake my head. That stopped the moment you built a life without me. I thought you were gone, she says. And now I'm back, I reply. But nothing is the same. It can be, she says. No, I say calmly. It can't. She steps closer. Don't do this. I'm not doing anything, I reply. I'm just seeing things clearly. She grabs my arm. I made a mistake. I know, I say. Then why won't you give me a chance to fix it? She asks. Because I already gave everything once, I answer, and it still wasn't enough. That's not fair, she says. Neither was what happened, I reply. She lets go of my arm. So that's it? She asks. You're just going to walk away? I nod slowly. Yes. Her voice shakes. After everything? Because of everything, I say. Silence fills the space between us. Noah stands up and walks toward me. Are you leaving? He asks. I kneel down in front of him. I'm not leaving you, I say. But you're leaving the house, he says. Yes, I reply. He looks scared. Will you come back? I place my hands on his shoulders. I'll always be here for you. He studies my face. Promise. I promise, I say. He hesitates, then wraps his arms around me. I freeze for a second. Then I hug him back. Tight. This time, he doesn't pull away quickly. I missed you, he whispers. I missed you too, I reply. He steps back, wiping his eyes. Can I still see you? He asks. Anytime you want, I say. He nods. Emma watches us, tears falling again. You're really leaving? She says. Yes, I reply. She takes a step toward me. What about us? I look at her, but there's no pull anymore. There is no us, I say quietly. She shakes her head. There has to be. There doesn't, I reply. I love you, she says. I pause. The words don't hit the same. I don't feel that anymore, I answer honestly. She closes her eyes like it physically hurts. When did it change? She asks. When I realized I was fighting for something that didn't exist anymore, I say. I'm still here, she whispers. But not the same, I reply. She looks at me, searching for something. Is there anything I can say? She asks. No, I say gently. She lets out a broken breath. I lost you, she says. I nod. Yes. She sinks back onto the couch. I pick up my bag from the corner. This isn't how I thought it would end, she says. It's not the end, I reply. It's just different. For you, maybe, she says. For both of us, I correct. Noah walks closer again. Where will you go? He asks. I'll figure it out, I say. Can I visit? He asks. Of course, I reply. He nods, holding on to that. I look around the house one last time. This used to be everything, I say quietly. Emma looks up. It still can be. I shake my head. Not for me. I walk toward the door. Wait, she says. I stop, but I don't turn around. I'm sorry, she says. I close my eyes for a moment. I know, I reply. Is that all? She asks. It's enough, I say. I open the door. Will you ever come back? She asks. I pause. No, I say. And then I step outside. The air feels different. Lighter. Not because I'm happy, but because I'm free. I walk down the path slowly, my bag over my shoulder. Every step feels like a choice. Not forced. Not taken from me. Chosen. I stop for a moment and look back. The house stands there quiet. A life I once fought for. A life I lost. And now a life I leave behind. I turn forward again. War didn't destroy me, I say under my breath. I take another step. Betrayal didn't break me. Another step. It rebuilt me. I keep walking. And this time, I'm not going back. Because this time, I choose my own life. The house feels quieter after he's gone. Not peaceful, just empty in a different way. I stand near the doorway, looking at Emma and Noah sitting together. Emma looks up at me, her eyes red. We can fix this, she says. I don't answer right away. She stands and walks toward me. Please, she adds. We can start over. I shake my head slowly. Start over from what? From now, she says. From the truth. I look at her, really look at her. I already lost this life once, I say softly. I won't beg for it again. Her face breaks. I'm not asking you to beg. It feels like it, I reply. No, she says quickly. I'm asking you to stay. I take a breath. What? Because you're my husband, she says. The word doesn't land the way it used to. I say. You still are, she insists. I shake my head. That stopped the moment you built a life without me. I thought you were gone, she says. And now I'm back, I reply. But nothing is the same. It can be, she says. No, I say calmly. It can't. She steps closer. Don't do this. I'm not doing anything, I reply. I'm just seeing things clearly. She grabs my arm. I made a mistake. I know, I say. Then why won't you give me a chance to fix it? She asks. Because I already gave everything once, I answer. And it still wasn't enough. That's not fair, she says. Neither was what happened, I reply. She lets go of my arm. So that's it? She asks. You're just going to walk away? I nod slowly. Yes. Her voice shakes. After everything? Because of everything, I say. Silence fills the space between us. Noah stands up and walks toward me. Are you leaving? He asks. I kneel down in front of him. I'm not leaving you, I say. But you're leaving the house, he says. Yes, I reply. He looks scared. Will you come back? I place my hands on his shoulders. I'll always be here for you. He studies my face. Promise. I promise, I say. He hesitates, then wraps his arms around me. I freeze for a second. Then I hug him back. Tight. This time, he doesn't pull away quickly. I missed you, he whispers. I missed you too, I reply. He steps back, wiping his eyes. Can I still see you? He asks. Anytime you want, I say. He nods. Emma watches us, tears falling again. You're really leaving? She says. Yes, I reply. She takes a step toward me. What about us? I look at her, but there's no pull anymore. There is no us, I say quietly. She shakes her head. There has to be. There doesn't, I reply. I love you, she says. I pause. The words don't hit the same. I don't feel that anymore, I answer honestly. She closes her eyes like it physically hurts. When did it change? She asks. When I realized I was fighting for something that didn't exist anymore, I say. I'm still here, she whispers. But not the same, I reply. She looks at me, searching for something. Is there anything I can say? She asks. No, I say gently. She lets out a broken breath. I lost you, she says. I nod. Yes. She sinks back onto the couch. I pick up my bag from the corner. This isn't how I thought it would end, she says. It's not the end, I reply. It's just different. For you, maybe, she says. For both of us, I correct. Noah walks closer again. Where will you go? He asks. I'll figure it out, I say. Can I visit? He asks. Of course, I reply. He nods, holding on to that. I look around the house one last time. This used to be everything, I say quietly. Emma looks up. It still can be. I shake my head. Not for me. I walk toward the door. Wait, she says. I stop, but I don't turn around. I'm sorry, she says. I close my eyes for a moment. I know, I reply. Is that all? She asks. It's enough, I say. I open the door. Will you ever come back? She asks. I pause. No, I say. And then I step outside. The air feels different. Lighter. Not because I'm happy, but because I'm free. I walk down the path slowly, my bag over my shoulder. Every step feels like a choice. Not forced. Not taken from me. Chosen. I stop for a moment and look back. The house stands there quiet. A life I once fought for. A life I lost. And now a life I leave behind. I turn forward again. War didn't destroy me, I say under my breath. I take another step. Betrayal didn't break me. Another step. It rebuilt me. I keep walking. And this time, I'm not going back. Because this time, I choose my own life.